Tiwan Sammy, living life here again in northern Seoul. Just heading home from a class. It is such a beautiful fall day. And this is one of the things I love about fall in Korea. I mean, I don't know if you can see that. Let's try this side. Look at that. Sky is beautiful. It's maybe 22 degrees Celsius. Light breeze. It's so beautiful. And the air is clean. I love it. So anyway, today I'm going to talk about how to get a credit card. How to get a loan in Korea. Now, this is not going to apply to everybody. This is applying specifically to me and how I'm doing it. And you're going to have to find out from your own bank and your own situation. But this is generally how a foreigner will get credit. Okay, so again, thank you everybody who is subscribing. Thank you everybody who is liking. Thank you everyone who's commenting. Adil, you are the best. You're always first. I love it. Thank you very much. Anyway, if you're not subscribing, please, I ask you if you could subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you don't want to subscribe, I know some people don't like to do that. They don't want their feed full of stuff. Is just click a like. If you click the like, then that helps my videos get more notice in the algorithm, and I can get possibly more subscribers who aren't already viewing my videos, or they can get linked in the side panel. So I would really appreciate it if you could do that for me. Thank you very much, everyone. All right. So how to get credit? Well, the first thing is that credit reporting agencies don't exist in Korea. So like in Canada and USA, Equifax and the other one, 2 or 3 that are there, the TransUnion, Equifax, or whatever they're called. I can't remember what they are. But those reporting agencies don't exist here in Korea. And there's not a system that exists here in Korea. So your bank is your only credit system. So you need to have an account at your bank to get a loan or credit. And it's based upon your banking, your bank. So if you go to if you've been here like me 10 years, I've been at Shinhan Bank. That's the one I've been using for 10 years. If I went to another bank and tried to apply for a loan, they would say, we don't know who you are, you don't exist, sorry, no. Now, I need to go to Shinhan Bank, which is my banking company, and I need to apply for a loan. So there's several documents that you need. Well, let's go take a step back. Let's take a step back to credit card. To get a credit card, you have to have a full-time job. To get an unsecured credit card, you need a full-time job. So the full-time job can be an e-visa or an F visa, not an H and not a D. So student or working vacation, they won't give you a credit card. E-visa, if it's your second year, they'll give you a credit card. Very low credit card. $500 to $1,000 maybe. If you're an F visa and you've been here for a while and you have a full-time job, you'll get a higher credit card. Depending on your credit activity and your pay, how much money you make. Again, like in any country. So like, for example, if you've paid your bills on time, they know that, they can see that, your bank. If you have automatic withdrawal for your phone and your utility bills, the bank will see that. If you get your pay directly deposited into your account, the bank will see that, and they will make a decision based on that. There has to be some paperwork that also your company has to provide, which is proof of employment. Then you have to take your tax invoice or your pension invoice, and that way you can get a credit card. That's an unsecured credit card. Now, it might not be a lot, but it will be definitely a credit card. Now, the other thing about credit cards here in Korea is that 28 days after you make the payment, within that 28-day window, you must pay it off in full. Or you can make an application to online when the bill comes up, is to pay it off in 3 months or 6 months in monthly installments. So that's how the credit card system works here. It's not like in North America where you get a bill for the minimum payment, which is the interest. You get a bill for the whole amount. Then you can you can request that it be paid off over the course of 3 months at an interest rate. If you pay it off right away, there's no interest rate. Cash advances, I wouldn't know about that, but I'm assuming that based on the fact that cash advances are available in the West on your credit card, that a cash advance on your credit card is available here. It would work the same way, I would assume, but again, I don't know. You need to check with your bank. Now, unsecured credit card. Unsecured credit card is very easy to get. First of all, you have to have a visa, E visa or F visa. E visa being, 1-year teacher contract, or F visa, permanent resident, married, or Korean national from another country. Then you put down $2,000 or $3,000 into a secured bank account and locked into a bank account, and then they give you a credit card against that money. So that's a secured credit card. Just like in any other country, is that money stays locked, you earn interest on it, that money stays locked, and it's used to secure the credit card in the event you don't pay the bill. They don't pay the bill from that money. You still have to pay the bill. You just have to keep that money sitting in the bank and not being utilized. So secured credit card, just like in any other country. Now, getting a loan. Getting a loan, very difficult in Korea. As an E2, really hard to get a loan, personal loan. Maybe a micro loan you might be able to if you have a co-signer. As an F visa, you can get a loan, and they're quite happy to work with you to get you a loan. So if you need a personal loan, like a bridge loan, those are hard to get. Car loan, easy. And what we call a chonsei loan, or a mortgage, very easy to get. And actually, they give discounts to foreigners. Well, my bank does. Shinhan Bank gives up to 0.75% interest discount on mortgage loan. Well, we call them mortgages, but they call them chonsei loan, which is what you. So let's say, for example, you want to rent an apartment, and I've talked about this before, key money and chonsei. If you want to rent an apartment, you will put down $5,000 or $10,000, 5 or 10 million Korean won, and you'll pay like 500,000 to a million won, $500 to $1,000 in rent. So that key money is used by the landlord to offset the rent price, and he or she invests that, and your rent is lowered. For every $5,000 or 5 million won of key money, you can expect about 100,000 won or $100 less in rent, or more in rent. So that's the first part. Chonsei is you put a huge amount, like $250,000, $500,000, and you live rent-free. You just pay utilities and maintenance fee, depending on the apartment. So you pay basically 80% of the value of the home to the landlord, and you live rent-free. Basically what that means is the landlord takes that money and buys another place or invests in another unit. So You don't get interest from that money, but you live rent-free for 2 years. So you figure you put down $250,000 and you save probably $50,000 in rent. So that's a pretty good deal. You get that money back after the 2 years. If you move. If you stay, it just obviously it just rolls into a new contract. You know, my last apartment I stayed for 7 years in the same place. This apartment I'm gonna try to stay, but as I've talked before, my landlord is insane, and I really kind of thinking about getting out of there, but the hassle of moving is just, I don't want to do it every 2 years. I'll probably stay another 2 years and then move in 2 years. So to get a loan, it's a lot of paperwork, a lot of T's to cross and I's to dot, and it's best to do it with a bank that speaks English, like Shinhan Bank. They have an foreigner English speaking center in Gwanghwamun, which can deal with you directly, and most of the branches have English speaking people, but I would go to, personally, I would go to the English department head office at Gwanghwamun Square. That's their corporate head office. Foreigner Banking Center. So that you know, you need proof of employment, proof of taxes, proof of money in the bank. You need the house info. You need the loan, not the loan, but the paperwork from the landlord. All of that stuff. It's like tons and tons of paperwork, all like official Korean documents. And I don't know the exact process because I haven't gone through it yet, but you need to, you know, find that out from your own bank. The other thing is that as you have a credit card, all right, and as you develop that credit with your bank, you can develop a credit score, which can help you build a better rate for your Chonsei loan. And that's it. So I'm going to post a link at the bottom for Shinhan Bank and their system and their process so that you guys can look it up. And if you have any questions, please post in the comments. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. Ikewan Semi, living life. I'm out.